Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. And also I'd like to thank all the new subscribers. Total seems to be going up. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please let me know in the comments why you joined and what you're watching. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's time for a new Batman one. Part 7, 1975. And we start with number 260. Which has got a January-February cover date on it. It's a 100-pager, as you can see, and the cover artists are Nick Cardy, Tijania Wood and Gaspar Saladino. There's one new story and 5 old ones. And the new one is this one, A Kill You Batman. Writer Dennis O'Neil, pencils Irv Novick, inks Dick Giordano. Joker escapes Arkham Asylum for the umpteenth time. He has a new variation of his venom. Batman has to search out a doctor in England who maybe can cure him after getting a dose of this new variety. The older stories are reprinted from Batman 16, May 1943, which contain a story giving us the first appearance of Alfred, called Alfred Beagle back then. But they published the second tale, The Grade A Crimes. And then we had Batman 181, June 1966, of course the first appearance of Poison Ivy, but they published the second story, The Perfect Crime, slightly imperfect. And then from Detective Comics, June 46, we have The Case Without a Crime. And Penguin's Umbrella makes a cameo appearance in that one. And next from Batman 27, February 45, an Alfred adventure, The Pearl of Peril. And the last story from Detective 377, July 68, is The Riddler's Prison Puzzle Problem. 261 next. Another 100-pager. March cover date. And it's the last bi-monthly issue to be published. Or at least that last one was. This is the now becomes monthly. Again, one new story and 5 older ones. Nick Cardy, Tijania Wood and Gaspar Saladino with the cover. The new story, The Mystery That Never Was. Dennis O'Neil again writing, Irv Novick and Dick Giordano with the art. Batman assumes the identity of a criminal to infiltrate a gang that has stolen plans to a new reactor. He gets discovered, hence the cover. And the reprinted stories are for Detective 92, October 44, Crimes Manhunt, Batman 109, August 57, The 1001 Inventions of Batman, from Batman 27, February 45, A Christmas Peril, from Batman 100, June 56, The Great Batman Contest, and lastly from Detective 345, November 65, the first appearances of Roland Desmond and his brother Mark, also known as the Blockbuster, in The Blockbuster Invasion of Gotham. And the last of the giant issues, and it dropped to 64 pages, 10 cents cheaper though. Number 262, April cover date. Ernie Chan, Tijania Wood and Gaspar Saladino with the cover. And there's one new story and 2 old ones. The new one, The Scarecrow's Trail of Fear. Dennis O'Neil writing, Ernie Chan and Dick Giordano with the art. Finding stolen money and defeating the Scarecrow and his henchmen comes down to Batman trying to outscare the Scarecrow. And our republished tales are from Detective Comics 366 and 367, August-September 67, and it's the round robin death threats and Where There's a Will, There's a Sleigh. Right, we're back to 24 pages, if you include the covers. One story and a new page, all for 25 cents. And they were 10 pence in the UK. 263, May 75. Dick Giordano, Tijania Wood and Gaspar Saladino with the cover. Riddler on the Move is our title. Dennis O'Neil with the writing and Ernie Chan and Dick Giordano with the art. Batman is lured into a trap by the Riddler. And as you see on the cover, he has to solve a riddle to get out of it. Riddler takes over a crime organisation that Batman was trying to dismantle, and then Batman solves the riddle and chases the Riddler to Gotham Zoo, of all places. 264, June 75, cover by Dick Giordano and Tijania Wood. And the title, as you see on the cover, Death of a Daredevil. Denny O'Neil writing, Ernie Chan and Dick Giordano with the art. Title is a bit of misleading as there is no death in this issue. A supposed abduction of Al Daidri, the guy on the cover, leads Batman into doing the stunt that the missing stuntman was going to do. The abduction turns out to be a hoax, as the kidnapper and the stuntman were after some ransom money. Then we have number 265, July cover date. Rich Buckler, Dick Giordano and Tajania Wood with the cover. The title, Batman's Greatest Failure. It's written by Michael Fleischer and the art is by Rich Buckler and Bernie Wrightson. Batman's skills are called into question when 3 people are killed when he was supposed to be protecting them. Commissioner Gordon takes him off the case, but Batman carries on investigating to save face. But everything is not what it seems. Next we have 266, August 75, cover by Dick Giordano and Tajania Wood. Title, The Curious Case of the Catwoman's Coincidences. Writer Danny O'Neill, art Irv Novick and Dick Giordano. Bruce Wayne is travelling on board a train, transporting prisoners from Gotham State Penitentiary. Or penitentiary even. One of the prisoners is Selina Kyle, Catwoman. A runaway tractor derails the train and the prisoners escape. Bruce changes to Batman and manages to capture them all except Selina, of course. She returns to Gotham and resumes her criminal ways with her old mob and her old costume. Bruce, meanwhile, disguises himself as a wealthy heiress, stays at the swankiest hotel in Gotham, letting it slip that Bertha Carrington Bridgewater is carrying some very expensive jewellery. '267, September 75. Dick Giordano and Tajania Wood with the cover. The title this time, Invitation to a Murder. Batman fights an assassin known as Django, who issues invitations to his upcoming crimes, including the proposed murder of Batman. Batman is unable to stop his first couple of crimes, but using his deductive mind, he devises a plan to capture Django. 268, October 75. Ernie Chan, Tajania Wood with the cover. We have Murder Masquerade, written by Dennis O'Neill, out by Irv Novick and Tex Blaisdell. Rather than the synopsis, we will have a quote from Batman this issue. For amateurs, you've been diabolically clever. Seldom have any criminals caused me such grief. You've deceived. You've humiliated me. Men like you are driven by greed. I have a stronger motivation. I hate crime. Hate it with every fibre of my being. And even in a world as confused and uncertain as ours, justice still exists. And whether through me or through the machinery of civilization, the law, justice, triumphs. Right, number 269, November 75, cover by Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood. Writer David Vern Reed and artist Ernie Chan. Title, The Daily Death of Terry Tremaine. A series of murders puzzle the Gotham PD, as all the murdered people are coincidentally called Terry Tremaine. Batman learns about another Terry Tremaine, a woman he now has to protect from her late fiance's partners, who want to get a priceless Florentine box from her, and will kill one person called Terry Tremaine per day for a week until they do. Batman examines the evidence and the weapons used, and after interrogating one of the late fiance's partners, deduces who the real killer is. And we have the last issue of 75. December cover date. Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood with the cover. The Menace of the Fiery Heads. Writer David Vern Reed, artist Ernie Chan. Bruce Wayne answers a call for help from Jim Standish, the assistant district attorney, who lives a floor below where Bruce is. He gets there too late and finds Standish having been strangled. There is a ceramic duplicate of Standish's head on his desk, spewing oxyacetylene flame from its top. Bruce encounters the masked murderer, but breaks off conflict when his clothes are set on fire. He changes to Batman and finds an off switch on the head. 2 other people are found dead in the same fashion as the story goes on. Batman is then attacked with a Batman head in the same fashion, but the assailant escapes. Batman has his work to do, trying to work out the connection between him and the 3 victims to find the killer. Well, that's 1975 done and dusted. What did you think? Ready for a Detective 75? I hope so, because I've already recorded it. And it should be out Friday the 12th. I'm planning on re-releasing some videos which I'm going to call Lucky Dip. They'll be either mini-series or story arcs in a collection. What do you think? Something you would enjoy? I'm going to start with the first volume of Resident Alien, one of my favourite mini-series from Dark Horse. Let me know in the comments if you could give a thumbs up and make a comment. That would be smashing. And let us keep the Panthology flag flying. And I will see you soon. Bye.